What's going on, you guys? Frost here, and I'm back with another guide. This time I'll be telling you guys how I play Gragas jungle. If you find this guide helpful in any way, please do remember to click that like button, as this will help me get this guide out there to more people. Also, if anything changes that will affect this guide, there will be an update in the description. The following subjects will be mentioned in this guide: champion description, abilities, leveling order, runes, masteries, the item build, and the jungle strategy. If you want to go to a specific subject, you can click on it right now. Champion description. Gragas is a tanky champion with a lot of disruption abilities in his kit. Plus, he also deals quite a good amount of damage. His early game is pretty strong, but the longer the game goes, the harder it becomes to deal with Gragas because he simply just does not want to die. The main problem with Gragas is the fact that playing him up to a point where he's actually effective takes quite a bit of skill and practice. Overall, if you like a more tanky jungler with a great teamfights presence, then Gragas is definitely the champion for you. Gragas' abilities. His passive, Happy Hour. Gragas heals for 4% of his maximum health upon using an ability. This passive has an 8-second cooldown. His first ability, Barrel Roll. Gragas rolls a cask to the targeted location, granting sight around it and fermenting over 2 seconds, increasing its damage and slow strength, up to a maximum of 150%. After 4 seconds, or upon reactivation, the cask explodes, dealing magic damage to all surrounding enemies, reduced by 30% against minions and slowing them for 2 seconds. This skill is going to help you the most when clearing your jungle camps. It will do a substantial amount of damage to the entire camp, especially because you can just simply let it charge all the way up before you use it. His second ability, Drunken Rage. Gragas reduces incoming damage for 2.5 seconds and channels for 0.75 seconds, retaining his ability to move but becoming unable to use abilities or basic attacks for the duration. Upon completing the channel, Gragas' next basic attack within 5 seconds deals bonus magic damage to the target and nearby enemies, capped against monsters. This skill also greatly helps you in increasing your jungle clear speed, plus it will allow you to take a lot less damage, meaning you do not need to get flat armor runes at all early on. Plus, the attack this skill gives deals maximum health damage, meaning this makes tank Gragas quite the threat. His third ability, Body Slam. Gragas charges forward, dealing magic damage to all nearby enemies upon colliding with one, as well as knocking them back and stunning them for 1 second. Body Slam's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds if Gragas hits an enemy. You can use this skill in combination with Flash to close quite a long distance and stun people to knock them back with your ultimate for a great engage. Also, you can use it to be more mobile around the map, which can of course be very useful. His fourth ability, Explosive Cask. Gragas hurls a cask to a target location, exploding on impact, damaging all nearby enemies and knocking them away from the epicenter of the explosion, while also briefly granting sight of nearby surroundings. There are 2 ways of using this skill. The first one is using it to knock enemies into your teammates when you're going for a gank on a lane or try to engage a teamfight. The second one is using it for disengage or to peel for your carries by getting assassins off their back. Leveling these abilities. On level 1 you want to start with your E. You pick this on level 1 because it will deal the most damage whilst also giving you CC onto your jungle camp, meaning you will take less damage overall. On level 2 I tend to take my Q for the extra damage on the smaller minions, but you can also take W at this point. Either one of those is perfectly fine. Then on level 3 you simply take whatever skill you do not have yet. As far as maxing goes, you want to max your Q first, because this will help you clearing your jungle camps the most, plus the slow effectiveness goes up by each level. Then you want to max your W second for more damage reduction and a lower cooldown on the ability. And finally, you want to max your E last, because the main use for this skill is mobility, and you do not get anything other than a little bit of damage from skilling this up. And of course, you level your R whenever possible. The runes. I go for 9 attack speed marks, 9 scaling health seals, 6 scaling CDR glyphs and 3 flat AP glyphs, ending off with 3 flat AP quints. The reason I go for 9 attack speed marks is because this will help you the most out of any marks in the game in clearing your jungle camps early on. I go for scaling health seals because with the damage reduction provided by your W and the overall healing Gragas gets from his passive, you do not need any flat armor seals to clear your camps early on. Then I take 6 scaling CDR glyphs because I want to get that extra 10% CDR on level 18 so I can get ninja stabbies instead of using the CDR boots. And the rest is just filled with AP for the extra damage. The Masteries. I go for 12-0-18 on Gragas, making sure to pick up extra spell damage and extra damage whilst CCing somebody in the ferocity tree, and get pretty much everything down the left side in the resolve tree, ending in Strength of the Ages. This is simply the best keystone you can get on Gragas because it scales really well with the way you itemize. Also, I take flat health over the extra sustain in the resolve tree simply because I prefer that bit of extra health in the early game over the extra sustain that will not be noticed anyway since you already have a shitload of it. The item build. There is really only one optimal item build for Gragas in the jungle at the moment, and it goes as followed. Starting off, you want to get a Hunter's Talisman with a refillable potion. After your initial clear, you want to go back and pick up the Tracker's Knife with potentially a pair of regular boots. If you are backing with under 650 gold, then you want to make sure you pick up your boots before you pick up the other half of your jungle item. I get the Tracker's Knife because with Gragas you want to play a very control-based jungle style, so getting those extra rewards will help you out the most. After this, you want to finish your jungle item off with a Runic Echoes enchant as fast as possible. You get this because it will help you quite a lot in the damage department early on. After you have completed this item, then you want to get yourself a pair of Ninja Tabis. You get this because they are simply the best value for money when it comes to boots for a tank. Now comes the point where you have some options in different orders to buy the following items. Generally, I will buy the items as shown on screen. This is simply the most effective way when playing against most teams. Spirit Visage will offer you massive sustain with of course health and a magic resist, following this up by a Gauntlet. This will increase your tanky stats by a fair amount, but it also increases your damage by quite a lot. And getting Deadman's Blade will offer you mobility plus some good tank stats. Final item is one of Rendewinds or Thornmail. But you can also get Gauntlets straight after your boots if you want to get the extra damage faster, or if you're playing against a team where the AD champions deal more damage at that point. Just be smart when buying your items, it will not be the same every single game. The jungle strategy. In the background right now you can see the jungle clear for both sides of the map. Whilst this is playing, I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about what you should do with Gragas in your average game. So, first up, when clearing your jungle camps, you want to make sure that you throw your Q onto the camp first, then cast W, then wait for the channeling to finish and E onto the camp. Try to make sure you do not use your body slam to knock the monsters out of your Q radius by placing your abilities properly. Up next, ganking. Gragas is very good at ganking lanes from the moment he gets his level 3. If you walk onto a lane and land your body slam on the enemy, chances are that you will get a kill, or at least his flash. Especially when you have your ultimate up. Gragas is a very gank heavy jungler, so make sure you do not farm too much when playing him, try to look for more ganks. When it comes to team fighting, you want to either be the person that engages the fight by catching people off with an E flash into an ult, or you want to just make sure that the enemy assassins cannot get onto your backline by ulting them away when they go in. Once you have used your ultimate, you pretty much always want to stay behind a bit and tank the damage for your carries. If you do not do this, then you will find yourself in a position where you will be the only one left way too often. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it or learned anything from it, please do remember to hit that like button right below this video, as this helps me get this video out there to more people. If you would like to see some more guides like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!